Welcome to another edition of AttractWell Office Hours. I'm Coach Ashley. Today we are joined by founder of AttractWell, Greg Kilwine. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Really glad to have you here today. We're going to be talking about some hidden features in our platform that are of specific interest to those of you who are network marketers. So I'm really interested to hear who you are here today and what you're into. Would love to know more about the company that you or companies that you represent, how you'd like to grow your business. We are really interested in getting to know more about the folks who are network marketers that we serve in our community. We are definitely familiar with a few, but we're always surprised to learn that there are more and different companies that we have not been aware of yet that are using our platform. So we love to provide on these weekly live calls an opportunity for you to dig a little deeper, learn how to use the system in ways that will support your unique business. And so today is dedicated to you, brand partners, ambassadors, network marketers, social sharers, however you like to brand your profession. For those of you who don't know, and we'll get into a little bit more about sort of the background of AttractWell here today, and I've got some slides to go over with you guys, but network marketing was where I got my start in business, and I will always and forever be a huge proponent of the industry. I think it's a lovely and perfect way for anybody to get started in business on their own, and we are uniquely created to help support you on your journey. So as you're coming in, let me know where you're coming in from. And of course, would love to hear what you do, what your network marketing company is. So I've got some slides, like I mentioned, we're going to go through these together. And then we're actually going to go over to AttractWell and walk through how you can set things up in your AttractWell system to take advantage of these network marketing features. Now, if you are here today and you are a Young Living brand partner, if you're a part of the network marketing company Young Living, we actually have another platform that is made specifically for you. So that is getoiling.com, but you probably already knew that if you made it here because you probably heard about this from there. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into our slides. I'm going to turn off video here and get that ball rolling. That's not the share that I wanted. That's my whole screen. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so today we're going to talk about some special features for your network marketing business and how you can use those with AttractWell. So what we'll be doing today is learning how to unlock these hidden network marketing features inside of the AttractWell platform, as well as talking through some ways that you can use our platform to grow and duplicate your network marketing business. And of course, we'll have some live help and Q&A. So if you came here with questions, please go ahead and add those to the Q&A so that we can chat together today. And tell us about your business. Leave us a comment. What network marketing company do you work with, or do you work with several? What are your goals with it? How far along are you? We'd just love to hear anything and everything about you and your business. And of course, if you have questions or you need help, maybe you are working on something this week or today, and you just need some feedback, or you have a question and you weren't able to find it in our help center, please go ahead and add that to the Q&A and we can work together on this call. So if you want to work together live, we actually set aside time, and we do have some time set aside today to work together on this call with someone who reserved previously. So if you'd like to reserve dedicated space, maybe you've got a big project or you want a review of your website or something like that, you could always go to attractwell.com/work review to schedule a specific time on one of these live calls so that we can make dedicated space for you and what you're working on. And of course, if you're watching this as a replay on YouTube, head over to attractwell.com/office hours so you can join us on one of these live calls. We show up every week talking about growing your business online. Obviously, today we're focused on network marketing, but there are so many different types of businesses that we can support and do support on this platform. So come join us. It's always a good time. All right, now, who here has a network marketing ambassador or brand partner business? I assume everybody who's here live today does, of course. So if you're on the replay here, let us know in the comments on YouTube. We got some people excited to be a part of their company over here in the chat live. So share in the comments, what are you up to? I see 1B7, I see you. I see Young Living. Fabulous. It's so nice to have you guys here today. Keep that coming. Juice Plus Classic, love it. Okay. All right. So fun fact, if you guys didn't know this, our platform, AttractWell, was originally developed to support and grow network marketing teams. So like I mentioned, if you are a Young Living brand partner, you probably already know us through our platform, Get Oiling, which is a pretty close carbon copy of what we have here at AttractWell. AttractWell is really it's our offering to the broader world outside of Young Living brand partners who we have served for many years, many thousands of brand partners there. And of course, like I mentioned, my background in network marketing going back decades, serving corporate and leaders and service providers like ours that we have here today has really informed, as well as directly from our people who we've worked with over the years, the feature sets and the functions and the training and the stuff that we're able to offer you here today. So we really do actually have a special place in our heart for network marketers and network marketing businesses. So just remember that as you're continuing to grow, that you've got a special place of support here. So let's talk about our network marketing features on the AttractWell platform. Now, one of these pertains specifically to your contact information. I think at this day and age, basically every network marketing company that you could be a part of is going to have some kind of a contact file where you can download your genealogy, your downline, the whole tree of your business, right? And so you're actually able to import contact information from your virtual office or whatever your company refers to as its sort of management platform that you use. You can import that to get details like their anniversary date, whether or not they're on auto ship, the type of contact they are, like if they're a customer versus a builder or a brand partner. You can have information on who sponsored or enrolled them. If you've got differentiation between what that means in your company, that's something that we support as well. We also have a really cool way that you can view your organizational tree, depending on how, of course, you can, export your stuff from your company's back office. So we have a tree viewer. So let's just say, for instance, you've got a leg of business that you want to contact. You can actually see the leg of business, click and contact just one leg at a time. For instance, if you wanted to, I'll show you what that looks like here today. You can have an integrated sign up link that shows up in your built-in theme on AttractWell when you get started, which is pretty cool. And then you can track your IPAs and keep accountability with your team. This is a big one that we use on our other platform that you can optionally, of course, turn on AttractWell. And it's just such a cool thing that you won't find anywhere else, that you can use not just for yourself, but also to connect with your team and to keep accountability. Have any of you guys, maybe just a quick show of hands, have you ever run or been a part of a challenge on your team, your network marketing team, right? So we've got a challenge, maybe a points-based challenge. So, reaching out to someone is 5 points, holding an event or presentation is 10 points, right? You can run those here and you can keep track of who's doing what kind of activity and see who on your team is doing what. So you can really be leading effectively and edifying your people who are doing the work. It's really cool. Anyway, I don't want to get ahead of myself. All right. So what we're going to do today is show you how to enable your network marketing features, how you can add your sign-up link and your member ID, how you can upload your genealogy file to view your downline, and explore the features of that digital upline coach. All right, so let's go check it out, and then we'll get into some coaching, live help, and Q&A. Like I mentioned, if you came here looking for help today, then definitely please go ahead and put that into the Q&A. Melissa, you've already got incredible questions here. I just love all of the questions you always have. So can you run 2 MLM from the one platform and use the features? 100% yes. I will show you what that looks like because I'm going to demo what it looks like to upload a VO file or a back office file here in just a little bit. So there may be some kind of playing around, maybe some back and forth with us to kind of help you make sure that you've got it right. But it's essentially, tagging your contacts on upload. Like that's basically it. So, and you should as well, if you've got like member numbers and stuff like sponsor and enroller numbers, if all of that is included in the data file that you download from your back office software, then you should actually be able to see in the tree viewer the trees for your one organization. And then of course the other one would just look like a different leg of your business basically. So, I'm saying that a little bit too much before we actually get to showing it. So let's go look. Okay, I have it right here. Okay. So here we go. So this is what your dashboard looks like when you're logged into your AttractWell account. On Thursdays, you'll see this nice reminder for the call we're on right now. But you don't see any of these network marketing features or specific network marketing features. I will say this, like if you didn't know that there were network marketing features, you've probably been getting along just fine using our platform as is, because everything that we have is something that a network marketer either needs now or will eventually, right? But there are some things that really kind of amp this up that you want to be using. So let's talk about where we go to get that done. The first place we want to go is to customize my site. And that's right here under website. This is where we're actually going to enable our network marketing features and put in our first sort of things here. So we clicked customize my site. What I want you to do is scroll all the way down to edit advanced options. Click that, scroll on down, and then you're going to enable these network marketing features. You save the changes. It's going to refresh the page for you. I actually had this enabled already. And you're not going to see a lot different just yet. Not obviously, you will see that the digital upline coach shows up here now, which we'll show you in a second. But let's go up to customize the built-in website theme here. This is where you can paste in your sign up link for your company. And this would actually show up in the built-in theme if you're using a built-in theme. So if you're just using, if you don't have a custom homepage for AttractWell, you put in your story and photo, which is right up here under my story and photo, that's under website. You fill that out, put your sign up link and your member ID in here, customize the built-in theme here to your liking, and you've got an instant website that's ready to go, right? So if you aren't using a personalized, custom web page, this is a cool option, right? So that's putting your info in so that you can send someone to your AttractWell website and they can click a link and go straight off to purchase product or sign up or however your company does its enrollment process. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is look at how we upload our genealogy and actually do that. We're going to go through the process here. So your downline file, or however your company might refer to the file that is the master contact file for your business, that is something that you're going to upload into your contacts. So most network marketing companies do have some kind of very simple contact manager-ish kind of feature or function. It doesn't behave like a full contact manager like ours does, but generally speaking, there's a little place you can put some notes, you can kind of see who's where and that sort of thing, but it's nowhere near as comprehensive. So you can basically import all of that information right over here so that you can start using us for that purpose, which is really exciting. So your contacts are here, but I'm going to go down here to settings under contacts. And there's a button right here that says import. Now there's a couple of other ways that you can find this. You could actually type in import right here and you'll find import contacts here. You could click over here in the help center, type import and find a whole article on importing contacts. And of course, you can go about it the way that I just showed you here. Oh, it's on the dashboard too. I think import contacts. Yeah, also right here. Okay, so let's get it done. We're going to choose a CSV file. Of course, you do want to make sure that your contacts are in CSV format. And I'm going to show you what some of the fields are going to look like. And this will be different for you once you have enabled your network marketing features. There are upload fields that become available that wouldn't have been relevant to you previously. So I'm going to go find this file in my downloads. And I'm using an example that's actually, it's from Young Living, but you could have any file like this. You're going to upload that CSV file. We're going to click that we have permission to contact the people in this file. And if you are a network marketer and that is your downline file, then the answer is yes, you do have permission to contact those people. So we click the button here and it's going to take us to the next page where we can actually, figure out what goes where. So we've got the member ID that is for the individual person. This would be your member number or your rep number or something like that for your company, right? We've got the account name. On auto ship is the next field. And so you're going to want to look through what, the data shows in your file. It might not show up as cleanly as you're seeing here, but you should have like a yes, no, or you can modify what you have to reflect like a yes or no, so that you can see who is on auto ship and upload that actively. Now, if this matters to you in your business, based on how your company and your compensation plan works, that I would absolutely be recommending that you continually upload and update this file on a weekly basis. So you can always see throughout the month who is where, so that you can always have an idea strategically of maybe who you might need to be reaching out to if you've got a customer who's not on auto ship, if that's how your company works, right? Because sometimes you can just do one-off orders and fall off, that kind of thing. Membership anniversary is a field here you can include. Who sponsored that person, who enrolled that person. If you don't have a differentiation between these two things, then of course you can just simply keep, I believe, enroller sponsor number, I think would be the one that you would just keep that way. It wouldn't be significantly different otherwise. Of course, their contact information should be straightforward. Email, address, city, state, there may be an address too, if it's like apartment number, suite number, that kind of thing. Postal code, country, phone, and then finally contact type. Now, in here you see there's brand partner, customer. Greg, what are the other potential input fields here for like a, brand partner or ambassador or, that kind of verbiage?
You know what? I'd have to look that up offhand. I don't remember what the name is. It will take whatever you put in the field. So if it does say ambassador or whatever your company calls representatives, yeah, that would go right in there. And then I think it'll show up in your contact manager that way as well.
Okay.
I know there's a list. I would have to look it up. I don't remember what's in that list, the predefined list.
Okay, cool. So get in touch with us if you have any, have any questions about that for sure. So, what I would do here is I would actually put in the name of your company. I'm going to put Young Living in here, even though you have Young Living, you should probably be using Get Oiling, as opposed to AttractWell, because it's basically the same thing, but it's for your company. But just pretend this is, if it's Juice Plus, it's whatever. So I'm putting this here. I'm also just going to go ahead and put downline in here as well, because maybe there's Young Living and there's also a lead for Young Living. So I could have Young Living and lead on a contact. So I've got downline here. Now, Melissa, to your question, this would be where you would put Juice Plus. This would be where you would put Bula, so that there's a differentiation in the legs and the numbers and all of that here. Now, for your initial upload, I would go ahead and add tags to all imported contacts. If your company gives you an export that's all caps, you never want to look like you're shouting at them and putting their name in all caps if you're using that contact first name tag. So autocorrect the capitalization here. I would also deduplicate by mobile phone number, so that, if you've got somebody who maybe texted something in, they could also be merged with a contact that has their phone number and also email and your other notes and that kind of stuff. There are other fields that you can use here that would be, I would say, for other purposes, maybe if you're correcting previous uploads and things like that. But generally speaking, you can just do this upload just to keep all of this up to date, just like this on an ongoing basis. So I'm going to go ahead and start import here. And once that's done, you're going to see how many were processed. Now I've done this before, so they're all updated. So let's go take a look at them. So this, you can actually see here, this says auto ship. So I know this person is on auto ship. They're a product customer. And of course, they're Young Living. So I could actually go through my filters here and I could just search for Young Living and find everybody here. Maybe I've got some people who signed up at a vendor event who are Young Living lead. Maybe they also have that tag, but I want to just find people who are in my downline. I could search downline because I use that tag. But another cool thing you can do now, if you look right over here, is we now have a tree viewer. It's not going to show all your contacts. It's only going to show your contacts with that network marketing genealogy information that you've imported. So you can actually see here, in this case, oops, I don't have that changed in my system. Let me find Jane here. This is why I shouldn't have changed her, because this is a Get Oiling email address. You're going to see how this works here in just a second. Okay, so we're going to go back over to contacts. And then again, if we just click tree viewer, That should work. I did that.
It is based on the sponsor and enroller, and she has to have a member number. So maybe one of those is missing.
Yeah, I must have changed that. I literally did this before. But
And
all
it
right,
has to
anyway.
match the number under customize my site as well. So maybe that'd be another place to check.
That's right.
So if you don't have a
Yes,
member ID in there, that would probably be the issue.
that's exactly right. So let's go fix that. So if you aren't seeing that, thank you, Greg. There we go. So customize the built-in theme. There we go. I don't have a link for that right now, but here, we'll just save that. This should actually work now. So you do need to have that in there. I knew I had that in order for a reason. Okay, so tree viewer, try it again. Yes. Okay. So now you can see the legs of her business. And so she only has a few customers, right? She's got her mom or grandma and her friend. But you can actually see that you can expand right here. Lillian enrolled somebody. So you can actually contact these people here. So let's just say, for instance, that I only want to, so Lillian has started leading her own team. And so I just want to send outreach to people who I've personally enrolled. And so I'm going to select these people only, and I'm going to apply a campaign to them for this month, right? Here's some educational resources. Here's a campaign. I'll go over here to campaign. I'll find the campaign that I want to send to them. Or I could send them an email. I could send them a quick text and let them know we've got a team call going live soon. Hey, convention was just announced, whatever that might be, right? And so you can actually go through and find those people and strategically communicate with those legs specifically. Now let's talk about how we update this on an ongoing basis. And because I already have this in here, this will be a tiny bit redundant, but basically I showed you the initial upload, but then on an ongoing basis, if you ever wanted to, for instance, and this depends on how big your team is and whether you've got people that are in leadership positions who are really supporting their people beneath you and your team, it may make sense for you to give a quick outreach email to anybody who's new in your whole organization on an ongoing basis, just to make sure that they know that you're there for them. And the way that you can do that is to go back over here to your contact settings, go to import, and then you're going to upload again. So next week you upload. And then we are going to basically do the same thing, except what we'll do is newly created contacts will actually give a temporary, a new team. January 22 was the one that I did. So to newly created contacts, they get that one, autocorrect, deduplicate by phone number. And I'm going to do that as well, because I don't want to mess up the Jane thing again, because I totally did that before. But you don't have to do that when you do this, because I have a fake contact file here. This is not a real network marketing file. Okay, so the new tags are going to be here. So this is your new person, new team, January 2022. So maybe I just want to send a quick welcome email out to this person. Maybe there's 70 of these people because your team's going nuts and it's growing like crazy. You're just going to send that email out. What I really love to do, and what I teach my clients in network marketing to do, is to send a campaign out to these folks that's really brief. So it's one email and a quick follow-up 3 days later that says, hey, you may not know me, but I just want you to know that I'm here for you on your journey that you've just gotten started with. Click here if you'd like to keep hearing from me. And that opts them in, it tags them, use an automation and have it tag them with newsletter or something like that, so that they can say yes. And then from that point forward, if they don't say yes, you're really only going to be reaching out to and emailing and contacting in bulk the people in your organization who have said yes, who've given you that additional permission, because you technically have permission to send anything email, text-wise, that is compliant with your company's P&P, but it's just nice to go about this using permission marketing, both just to be a nice person to them and to be considerate of them, but also for the sake of the deliverability of your emails long term. You don't want to wind up in spam folders. Okay. Melissa, could I type in a dummy number for myself and use it for all my immediate downline members? That way I can see both. Yeah, everything I just showed you was dummy. So you could certainly play around with that. I set up dummy numbers in a spreadsheet and then uploaded that all at once because that's all dummy information, right? This is somebody's friend with a fake everything. So, just made it connect to, she signed up under, you can actually go over here. If we click her, we can actually see if she is a customer or a brand partner. If we go to edit right here, we'll go look real quick. You can see she's product customer, but maybe she's a business builder and that would show up. So in your case, like for Ula, she's an ambassador. And then, you've got all of this here. Her anniversary date is right here. Her member ID is right here. And then her sponsor, because they're in your system, is this Lillian something. So we can actually see all of that there, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that is your tree viewer and your contacts. We've got your integrated sign up link. Guys, let's talk about this digital upline coach. That's always an exciting one for me. Although, for some reason, it was working before. I'm going to turn it off and back on. What does that customize my site? Hello. Something up with my computer today.
If you turn off network marketing features, it will shut off the coach too.
Okay.
So maybe that's what happened
Oh,
when you're
you know what? Maybe, I don't think I ever set it up. So you need to click the digital upline coach. That's what it was, because it's off by default. So just to back up, I know I'm a little fast here. So down under my account, after you've enabled the network marketing features, digital upline coach appears here. So what you're going to want to do is click the digital upline coach. First, you're going to see this really cute unicorn, but if you're an independent unicorn, you don't need a coach, but you can pick how many hours per week you have committed to working your network marketing business. So, maybe you work 10 hours a week on that business. And you're just starting to grow your team, or you have at least one business builder. There will be slightly different recommendations for you based on your answer to this, right? So we're not going to be, let's say, for instance, we're not going to be suggesting team leadership things to you if you are just starting to grow your team. If you do have a business builder, those suggestions are going to show up. So let's go ahead and save and continue here. And then you could choose your coach. Now they're all going to work exactly the same. They're going to give the same recommendations to you. They just show up with a little bit of a different sort of fun personality. You've got some that are a little more straightforward. I think Uni the Unicorn is probably the most popular for, I think, pretty obvious reasons. Fabulous. And a little sassy. But they're all pretty cute, pretty fun, and motivational. And they will show up on your dashboard with these little messages, and they'll actually show up in your email on a daily basis when you get your daily updates from the AttractWell platform. So you'll see a little message from your coach, and it'll tell you how you're doing, or give you some kind of motivation, and tell you sort of what percentage you are toward your goal of reaching 100% in your income producing activities. Because that's the whole point of this coach. This coach is here to help keep you focused on the things that make you money in your business. So I'm going to pick Uni, the unicorn, which is great. Yes, I see that unicorn. Okay, so if we're working 10 hours a week, that's calculated in this system is 126 points. You can see your progress here as you perform activities. Couple of things real quick. You can change the settings. So if you want, if maybe you can't really, this is a season in your business where you can't really do anything with this right now, maybe you turn it off, maybe you go to 5 hours, maybe your team's been growing and you've cut back on your other job or something, you can give more hours, right? So you can actually modify what the goal is on a weekly basis with that. You can change your coach here, but here's another cool thing before I get into all the things you want to do with this coach. If you would like to have an accountability partner, right? So think about this for a second. We've all had goals, right? Everybody here has had a goal, right? Everybody here has probably also had a goal that they didn't hit, right? There's actually been studies that have proven the efficacy of accountability in reaching goals, right? So you are so very much more likely to hit the goals that you're going to hit, not just if you tell someone else, hey, I want to have this, be this, do this by this point in time, but that you are sharing specific accountability. In order for me to get that thing done, I'm going to do X kind of activities and X quantity, X, amount of time every week. and then you show them what you're doing. You can do that with us by sharing. So you can actually connect your coach to another AttractWell user. So if there's another business builder on your team, for instance, you can connect right here. You can send an invitation, or you can ask to see coaching progress. So if you're a leader of a team and somebody wants to run with you on a challenge, for instance, you can connect your two accounts. And when you do, you can actually see a readout of a percentage of activities. Obviously, the contact information, the sensitive stuff is kept private. So they're not going to know who you reached out to, or you're not going to know who they reached out to. However, you will see that they spent, X percent of their time on, personal development versus inviting versus presenting versus follow-up, that kind of thing. So you can actually see that in your system, which is super duper cool. Now, there are recommended coaching tasks that will show up. So we'll actually say this week, you should have one prospect follow-up and one two-on-one presentation, or a one-on-one presentation with a lead. Now, let's just say I did follow up with a prospect today. And we'll just say that that prospect is this guy, Rupert Aaron here, and that has point value. So I followed up with him today. I'm going to click finish. And after I do that, you're actually going to see that I've gotten that done and my progress is moving toward my goal. I also I've got a to-do here for Debbie. I need to call and text her to show her how to adjust her auto ship and to share with her or join, and basically, like, she needs to know about auto ship is more or less what this is. So I'm going to check that off because I did that too. I called her to help her get that done. It's a coaching activity. Wow, I just doubled my percentage toward my goal, right? This week's coaching tasks, hold a party or an event. That's 10 points. So just so you guys know, these coaching activities are weighted toward the things that make the most impact in your business. So sharing and showing a presentation, taking someone to a presentation that someone else is holding or hosting, getting your people to a company event. Things like that are very high value. And of course, enrolling somebody, right? And it's several different levels of enrolling someone are definitely going to be the things that move the needle. Follow-ups are great. Those are 2 points a piece. We should be doing those in great volume. Inviting is 5 points. So there's a whole list of these things that you can be using. So you could also see your progress of what you've done. If you're connected to another account, you'll also see team progress on the same page. And it's like a color-coded chart, and you can see an idea of who's doing what. So if you have your whole team, they're using AttractWell for network marketing, you could actually go in and see what they've done and see maybe if your goal this week, here's a challenge. I want to see who can invite the most people to look at our company's presentation. Then you can actually, if they're keeping track of it in their digital upline coach, you can see that in real time, which is pretty cool. When I used to run challenges like these on my teams, way back in the day before an AttractWell existed, I had to do all kinds of math on spreadsheets every day. It was a lot of work, and leading your team is not being a manager. If you act like a manager, then you're going to go broke, because we didn't get into this to be somebody else's boss, did we? Right? All right. I'm so glad you're into this, Melissa. Okay, so let's go look at what this looks like from the dashboard, though, because we are on the digital upline coach dashboard. So you'll always see, once you have it turned on, your percentage and a little picture of your coach right up here. If you hover over it, then it'll give you a nice little message here. But let's just say that today I need to actually go in and update the fact that I sat down with somebody who is a prospect for the business. I shared the business with them. So I'm going to actually go and find that person in my contacts, and I'm going to update this. So maybe Debbie here is who I sat down and followed up with today. So I'm going to, actually, I've got a few to-dos here for her, but I'm going to go ahead and add a past action here. And so this was, let me see, I actually can't add that from here, can I? Greg, how do I do this?
Are you looking to add a coaching task?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be under the to-dos, actually. It should be
Got you.
anyway.
Yeah. Okay, got you. So the to-do, yeah, perfect. So this is I would have given myself a to-do ahead of time anyway. So, so show presentation, right? It is a coaching activity, and this is going to be, let's see, this is going to be presentations. All right, hold a 2-on-1 or 1-on-1 presentation. There we go. I sat down with her one-on-one. If this had been a three-way call, that's what this is too. If somebody came with me, whatever that might have been, held a presentation, 7 points, add. That's now going to it's going to update my percentage, of course. And then maybe Debbie signed up today, right? So signed up. That's a coaching activity. We've enrolled a new member. See, there's several different options here. There's retail, there's personally enrolled, and then of course there's the auto ship. There's duplication included here. So if somebody in your team enrolled someone, you get points for that because that matters. That's a business building thing, right? Getting a no from a prospect, closing sales, right? Closing deals. That is a closer here that's going to get you 5 points. And then getting referrals from your no's, also a moneymaker, that's going to get you 3. So Debbie signed up on auto ship. I'm going to add that. And let me go in here. And I don't want to show done because these are all older. So show presentation and signed up. There we go. So those are done. You can actually see when they've been done. Cool. And then of course, we can go back to our dashboard and see how we are now almost 20% to our goal, just for those things that we've done this week. And of course, you could always click this and go and see what you've done, make any adjustments, and see any other recommendations that are here for you. All right, so that's our digital upline coach. Highly, again, recommend if you are in a network marketing business and you have folks who are on your team who you could be working with on accountability. If you're already using us to manage your contacts, why not duplicate that success on your team and have your team use this with you? We are available to help you to host specific trainings for your teams in your companies. Happy to help tailor those for you. Definitely reach out if that's the case. If you want to share AttractWell with someone on your team, all you have to do is click here on share my site. And actually, I would click this coaching referral link because now once they sign up, they're going to get linked right here, right? But you can click this my referral link right here and they can get started. And they'll not only get their $1 for their first month is all they'll pay. They'll actually get their second month half off as well. So they'll get a month and a half for $1 when they get started with your referral link, which is pretty cool. So if you guys have any questions or want to chat a little bit more about how some of these features might work for your specific company and needs and uses, please feel free, put them in the Q&A and let's talk about them. All right, so we did talk about using this for 2 network marketing companies, which is absolutely doable. The tagging features in the CRM is, that's really all you've got to do. All right, Lynn, hey, you want to ask verbally? Let's talk. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, glad to have you here.
Yeah, I have some non-MLM questions. I am creating a product of guided meditations, and they're going to be packaged in between 4 and 6 meditations in each package. First question is, do I need to have a vault for each package?
Not necessarily. It depends on how you want them delivered and what you want the experience to be. I mean, are they audio, video? What does that look like?
They're going to be audio.
Okay. So, I mean, those could be delivered on a page. If you didn't want to use a vault, you could have a page, just make sure that it is available by link only in the page settings. And that could be something that you send in a campaign, that page, that link to that page. You could send that out in a campaign after someone purchases. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in a vault. Okay.
And if I did use like a landing page to get their information, could I then send them to like Vimeo to purchase the product and have access on there?
Got you. Yeah. So what I would recommend is that you actually take the links to the Vimeo videos and put them onto a page on your site. So what I would do is I'd go to pages here and first create the page that delivers the things that you're giving away. So to create this one, we'll pretend it's this one here. And we'll put if there's 6 of them, I'll go ahead and delete this link here. We can, let me see, where is that? Do we have a music? How do we put the music note guy? Where's the music note guy, Greg? How do we do that?
That's when you're inserting a file.
Okay,
So
got
go to
you.
insert manage files.
All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is first you would want to go right here to more rich, go to upload files. So if these are like MP3, like these are audio files, right? You mentioned.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would upload them here. And then once they're uploaded, what you'll do is you'll come over here to insert and manage files, and you'll see that there's actually a music note next to it. There we go. So you can actually embed it. You can say, meditation 1, give it a name, and then say whatever you want to say about it. And then you can actually put the others on here as well. You could format this page really however you like. If you want to put some images, make it different sections, maybe just this section, maybe there's a pretty picture and you talk about this meditation, they scroll down and then there's more. So I would make the page where you're actually delivering the MP3s first or the audio files first and set it up that way. And then this is the page that you would send in the campaign to people who purchase. So let me leave here real quick and go to, this is a really great sales page template. So let's just pretend that this is, purchase the meditation pack or something like that. In the settings on this page, you're going to want to go over to payments. You do have to connect a payment processor here. Let me just go over to the AttractWell account and show you what this looks like since we don't have Stripe set up on Jane. And I'll show you what a payment option looks like. So we'll create this one. When I go to settings here, we go to payments, require payment, select your Stripe. So you do make sure your Stripe is set up, and that's in your account settings on your site. It walks you through. It's pretty simple. You want to give it a name, of course. So this would be the meditation. Add a payment option. So this would be, bundle of 6. Give it the price. If you want a coupon code, use it or don't. And then you want to add a campaign to this. And so in that campaign, you would link that page, right?
Okay.
So the message that goes out to them is, hey, you just bought these, click here and you can get them, bookmark the page, that kind of thing. And then what I would do finally, of course, make sure that you're tagging them so you know who's purchased for future uses. But then also finally under leads, you do of course want to modify this space right here. So have that call to action, click here now to purchase, fill out the information below. And then what I would do is redirect them to like a thank you page, a confirmation page, something like that, after they've made the purchase. So that page just says, hey, you did it. So excited that you're going to get access to this. Go check your email and you'll find the link to get what you just bought.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, now can I throw another layer in this?
Yeah, do it.
I would like to also offer other people an affiliate fee for sharing this. Is that something that's on the outside before we get into what you just showed me?
So I'm not familiar with how to, I haven't personally worked with affiliate linkage in our platform specifically. I know that Affiliately, AFFILIATL, I forget, Affiliately, like bit.ly, but Affiliately. Greg, I think please link it. Yeah, so I'm aware of it being connected to Vault, but Greg, do you have any idea how that might connect to Pages?
So you could do something similar. I'll put an article in the chat here. This article is very specific for that Affiliately. It also works for Tapfiliate, a couple of the more popular ones. Affiliately is really inexpensive, but basically once they purchase, you send them to a page that is kind of like a thank you page, and then it has some special, I think Affiliately or Tapfiliate gives you some code you can put on that page that then basically tells that platform that an affiliate sale has occurred, and then it like links it up to the person, so it will record the commission. So you'd have the sale, it would then go to this thank you page that's probably going to have you wouldn't want it to be the same one that have the audio on it. if it's basically it's a kind of a one-time page, otherwise it'll keep recording sales and you don't want that. So it'd be just kind of a one-time thank you page after purchase that then sends them off to where they want to be. It records the sale, and then yeah, it shows up in your affiliate lead dashboard or affiliate dashboard. But it also works with vaults, so you can do it on pages or vaults. But the key is just send them to this thank you page that's got got this code on it, and then it'll record that. So, but if you have any questions, certainly reach out. It's may not be the easiest to set up the first time you're going through it.
Sure.
But we can certainly help you out with that.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Totally. Right. Anybody else have questions? Whether it's network marketing focused or not. If not, we'll get on our way and get back to growing businesses today. Really glad you guys were able to be here, and really look forward to seeing your feedback and how this is working for you. Again, wide open door invite. If you're in a network marketing company and you're using AttractWell, we would be more than thrilled to sit down with you and train your team on different ways you can use this platform to grow your business. Like I mentioned, our other platform that we started off with specifically serves Young Living brand partners. I've worked in this industry for over 10 years now with lots of different companies and leaders from different companies. So we have a lot of sort of agility there and being able to kind of meet you where you are and help your team to grow using this platform. So we are honored to be a part of this journey with you. And thank you, Melissa. We appreciate you. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions, let me double check this real quick. Jessica, I believe, Jessica had signed up for a call today, and she may have needed that to be like a thing that I say stuff and then she checks it later. So let me check real quick and make sure that that's good to go. Lori says, if you use Get Oiling and have a second affiliate company, but not Get Oiling, would you need to utilize AttractWell? Lori, some people do utilize Get Oiling for more than just Young Living. But it really kind of depends. Like we do have cases where someone might do both, to have an AttractWell for this and a Get Oiling for that. I think it really kind of depends on how big the contact file is, how comprehensive or complicated your strategy is. But I mean, we also have, we have a chiropractor who runs a significant amount of her chiropractic company communications and manages her small Young Living brand partnership in Get Oiling. She created an AttractWell account so that she could teach how she does all of that stuff and keep that separate from the other things. But you do definitely have the ability to do either. I would maybe reach out if you have like some specific questions along those lines, if you want some more guidance around that, and we can help give you a little bit better, more pointed answer to that. Okay, let me pull this up real quick and see if I've got a note here for Jessica. Okay, so she wants to, so she says, I don't want to waste a vault on mini courses. Is there another way to sell video courses? Okay, so yeah, Jessica, this is for you. This is for you in the recording. I'm going to open this up and share my screen real quick, and we can talk through this real quick. So what Jessica's asking is whether or not, and by the way, she's got a really cool site and a really cool product. Jess offers, she offers like a subscription service of art classes and art tools, like a subscription box through her AttractWell account. So, and this is like for kids, for families. It's really neat. Anyway, so vaults, of course, depending on your plan level, you've only got a certain amount of them. FYI, if you didn't know, if you ever want to add more vaults or online classes or features that our platform offers that, if you've exceeded that at your plan level, but you don't quite see the need for all of the features at the next, or the expansion of features at the next plan level, reach out to us. We do have ways to sort of, a la carte add on an extra vault if you need one, and it's not super expensive. So I would consider looking looking at that. But I think Jessica was interested in mini courses. And actually what I just was talking about just a couple of minutes ago about selling those meditations and putting them on a page, Jessica, as you watch this in the replay, that's what I would recommend that you do with mini courses that are video based. Just make sure that the page that you are ultimately going to be putting the recorded videos on, that people are redirected to after purchase from the campaign, the post-purchase campaign, that is listed in the page settings as by link only. That way it's not something that eventually someone might Google it and stumble upon this page that people are supposed to pay to see. So that way they'll only be able to see it if you've sent it to them. So if you follow those instructions that I gave Lynn just a couple minutes ago, that'll work perfectly for mini courses as well. It does not have to be beyond a vault to be sold. I just really, really highly recommend that the experience is landing page or sales page, purchase, thank you page, and then the landing page, sales page, it triggers a campaign that links them to the page where the stuff is that they bought, right? Don't send them straight to it, but send them to a thank you page, send them to their email, because one of the most important things you can do is to get good emails on your list of people who are opening your email. And those little email servers, they know who's clicking, who's opening, who's deleting, who's sending to junk and spam and trash. And you want all of the email servers to see that you are someone who gets opens. So it's always going to be a prerogative. So send them to the email with a campaign, and then have the page that you've embedded those videos into linked in that campaign. I hope that's super helpful. If you guys don't have any more questions, we're going to go. And we'll be back here same time next week, Thursdays, 2 p.m. And let us know, what do you want to hear about next? What do you want to learn next? Do you want more network marketing topics? Do you want to learn more about making mini courses and selling them as tiny funnels on your website? Let us know, and we're excited to show up and help you wherever you are. All right, I will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
We got a yes on mini courses. Okay, let's do it. Have a great week, everybody.